Fandom Family Chats. I'm Jeanette, and tonight I am joined by Amanda.
Hello.
And Eve.
Hi.
And we are going to be discussing the season premieres of Grey's Anatomy and Station 19. So we waited so long to have them back. I feel like I was pretty excited.
And then I was disappointed.
I wasn't. I don't mind like slow episodes. But
I don't either.
on my premieres, I want them to be like action packed.
My problem was that it was really hyped up and they made it like this big crossover event. And the only crossover that happened was they said, let's carry this guy to Grace Sloan. And then when we moved on to Grey's Anatomy, it was the same. They showed those patients again. So I was like, that's more of a typical weekly crossover.
Yeah.
That's not a big crossover that they usually promote. So
Yeah.
I was still waiting all through Grace for.
I was too. I was waiting for something to happen.
Crossover, and it got to the end. I was like, oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah. No, I was really waiting for something else to happen, but it didn't.
Yeah.
And out of our group of like our admins, I think I'm really the only one that was kind of okay with the episode because I feel like we had so much drama last season.
Yeah.
And I felt like last season 17 did not feel like Grey's Anatomy to me. It did not.
I would agree with that.
I feel like, season 18, nothing like extravagant happened, but it felt more like Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
I feel like last season was just so chaotic and craziness and people dying and every beaches, and now you go back to regular Grey's Anatomy and everyone's like, well, that wasn't very eventful.
Maybe that's the problem.
We're back to Grey's Anatomy.
We're all
maybe
hyped up.
Maybe we're just used to all the drama and the chaos now.
That's what I'm saying. I think so. And I don't know. That for me personally, that's why I like the episode. Yeah, I wish something would have happened.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we have a lot of stuff coming up that will be eventful enough. Like we know Addison's coming back. We know the doctor that Meredith went to go see. I just know him as Sandy Cohen. I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, me too. I saw him. I was like, oh, it's Sandy Cohen because I'm watching the OC right now.
I know him as Mitch I still know him as Sandy Cohen, but most recently from Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Which I love him. And I heard he was going to be a regular.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that means I feel like we have so much more coming this season.
Yeah.
Really, since it's been heavily hinted at this will be our last season. Don't know that for a fact, but
yeah.
I mean, they've hinted at it a lot. And I think they'll kind of make this season interesting. I'm not that worried about the first episode.
Yeah.
It's Peter Gallagher, by the way.
Yeah, that's his name.
I should have known that.
I knew it. I just couldn't think of it.
And Scott Speedman, did I read that he's going to also be on more episodes, right?
Yes. Yeah. And he's supposed to be a new season regular as well.
Okay. I'm excited about that too. I like him a lot.
Too.
So
let's try and jump in. What do you guys think about Nick? A lot of people don't remember him.
I remembered him.
Like, oh, is this supposed to be a person?
Right.
Like that we know? Like I didn't even know who it was until I had to send a message in the group chat and be like, who is this guy?
Probably the reason I do remember him is because he was Ben on Felicity. So like I said, even though I was a Noel fan, I still liked Ben. So I mean I remembered immediately who he was.
I'm gonna be honest, I still don't remember him. Even now that Amanda has said who he is, I still don't remember him.
Go back and watch that one episode. You will remember him, I promise.
It was only one episode, but I feel like their connection was really strong. Like I thought for sure he was going to stick around and they were going to be together. So I'm kind of glad that he's back.
I am too.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I kind of figured when everybody was talking about somebody from her past coming back, I didn't think it was going to be anybody like, I know people thought it was going to be Karev and stuff like that. I never thought that because I was like, nah, that would have been like leaked. I feel like I honestly thought it was going to be the army doctor, but because I liked him too, or whatever he was, right?
Army.
At the military, maybe it wasn't army, at the VA hospital. I liked him.
She went on a few dates with that guy, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember his name right now.
I can't remember his name.
I liked him though.
He was the one that they didn't. Did she already have Zola by then? And so
Yeah, no, Derek had already died.
that's right. And so that's why one of the kids freaked out, and so she never wanted him to come back or something. I don't know. There was some story about the kids that I think is what caused the end to them.
I thought she just wasn't really ready.
Maybe that
Like
was it.
you remember she's the one who like she slept with him
Mhm.
and then freaked out. But
Maybe
Alex
that's what
had
it was.
like was it Alex who kicked him out or
Yeah, because he thought he'd hurt her or something. And
Yeah.
he was really like, I didn't do anything.
no, I didn't do anything. No, that's
So
I
that's
actually
awesome.
I really like that guy. I kind of
Mhm.
wish they would have brought him back. I liked as messy as it was, I like their chemistry together.
Mhm. I agree.
But no, so Nick, I was going somewhere with that. I
I loved their interaction with each other. Just
did too. I thought she
I'm
was
not-
gonna cave and let
I'm
him
not
go into the
gonna sleep
hotel
with
room.
you.
yeah. Well, she kept saying, "I'm not going to sleep with you." And he was like, "We're
I'm
not going to
still
sleep
not
with you."
sleeping. Like, I'm still not sleeping with you.
I was thinking, okay, yeah, right, but she didn't. So okay.
I was
Well,
like,
she-
I've seen enough rom-coms.
I feel
They
like that
kept
was
saying
growth
it's-
for Meredith. Don't you all think? I mean, I feel like Meredith before would have just definitely gone with it.
They
I
kept
mean,
saying it so much. I was like, oh, they're definitely going to sleep together.
mhm.
Oh yeah.
And then nothing. I was like, oh, well, that was a disappointment. Disappointing on all levels.
Just wait, it's gonna happen.
It'll happen. We'll see it. We won't see it, but
We might
don't-
see it a little.
Oh, I don't want to see the whole thing.
why not? So also
That would make a
talking
very
about-
different podcast.
oh wait, we're not on Bridgerton right now. Hold on.
Wrong show.
Sorry, go ahead, Amanda.
No, I was just gonna say, sorry. I just hit the mic, so it's gonna make a noise. So I mean, Meredith's job. What are your thoughts about that? Because that is, I don't like it. I mean, I do not like it. I don't like that he's trying to steal her. It made me upset. It made me mad. But
Are you not trusting that, like, the offer as a whole?
I am. I think it's a real offer and I think it's a great offer. But I don't want to see Meredith leave Grace Sloan, even if this is the last season. I feel like she started there. I just feel like in the whole 18 seasons we've been going through, for her just to leave Grace Sloan to do like this research thing, I feel like it's not very Meredith. And
I don't know. I don't know. I feel different. I feel the opposite. I think she definitely should take it. Yeah. I
don't know. I wonder.
I don't want her to, because I think for the same reasons as you, I want to think about her never leaving Grace Sloan, but Grace Sloan is so different from where she started. I mean, so many other people have left. I mean, I just feel like this is an opportunity I'm not sure that she can pass up. And I mean, I just think about the work that she could do with that research facility. I mean, it's just endless.
and Jeanette's gonna play us a tune.
I hit the springs on my thing. I was like, oh God, it was really loud. Sorry.
Could be our new theme song. For me, I feel like it's another storyline that they're using where they're saying, well, just in case this is the final season, this is the direction we can go. And I feel like that's what they did last season too. So I'm like, come on, make up your minds. Do you want this to be the last season or not? Just
because
decide.
I think if this is the last season, I think we'll see her take the job, but it won't be until the end of the season.
Yeah, so we could potentially spend the whole season watching her contemplate, am I taking this job? Am I not taking this job? So
I don't want that for last season either.
Well, Amanda, what do you want? Tell us. No, I know.
Very specific here.
Let them know so they can make it happen.
No, what I would like to see is for her to, I would actually want to see like a fast forward. Not like throughout the season, but just like the last episode, like blurbs of like, future.
Mm-hmm.
And like seeing Meredith as the chief of surgery, which we all know she'll get to.
Yeah.
And I don't know, seeing maybe, I mean, everybody has said it, seeing Zola do her first surgery.
I would love
Like that would be amazing. And
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, everybody has said it, but I also agree. I think that would be
Mhm.
a good like circle.
Yeah, no, I
Like
agree with that.
maybe her like saying the exact same thing Meredith said on episode 1. Like, I don't know, just something to like bring it back full circle.
Mhm.
I think would be, I mean, if you're gonna do this show for 18 years, you might as well end it right.
But I think you could still do that. I think you could have Meredith take the job, but Zola still comes back to Grace Sloan because that's where her parents met and that's where it all began for her life. So I think you could still have that.
Could be. But do you think Zola would if she's not really raised?
But
There?
she's already like, I mean, she's like Elena's age. So I mean, if she would have memories of it. And I mean, let's assume that her Aunt Amelia and her Aunt Maggie still work there. She's still got ties to it. So I think you could do that.
I mean, and Meredith lived in Boston a lot in her childhood, and she
Mhm.
still
came back. Yeah.
So I mean, it's a possibility, and I wouldn't be mad about it. Really, I guess I just can't see her leaving Grace Sloan. Like that would just upset me. I feel like maybe if
Yeah.
they did it in a right way, it would change my mind. My
Yeah.
mind's open.
Yeah.
You guys can, I mean, great, they can change my mind. But I just know where my mind is right now.
Yeah.
And I don't like this new job. And I am mad at Sandy right now for trying to steal her.
Dr. Sandy.
I don't know his name in the show yet.
I don't remember.
So it's going to be Sandy Cohen until I figure it out.
That works. We know who you're talking about.
Whoever has seen the OC, go watch the OC. All right. So Meredith job. All right. So do we know like the job for Meredith? Do you remember exactly what it's like? What would she would be doing? It's for Parkinson's?
Research on Parkinson's disease.
Right.
That's all that I know, anyways.
To me, like, if it was like something for Alzheimer's or something else, but like, she's not a neurosurgeon. I mean, I know she trained at her Derek for a while, but she's not.
But no, I see what you're saying. Like
I don't know why they went with Parkinson's.
Well, it's because that's what he has.
I know, but that it has nothing to do with Grace.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's like, oh, like you're gonna head like if he came in, it's like you're gonna head up this whole like research department for Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would be more excited for her to like take it and do it.
Yeah.
But to me, like
It's
Parkinson's, I was just like, that's kind of out of left field.
It's just too out there. Or maybe if it was something that she'd done previous research on, then it would make sense. But I'm like, Parkinson's, and I was trying to like rack my brain. I was like, when did Meredith do anything on the show like about Parkinson's?
You know, you mentioned the neurosurgeon. Did you all see the preview where she brings Amelia out there to show it? Unless it's a way that we're going to take Amelia with her. Because Amelia is a neurosurgeon. There's a preview out for the next episode.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Amelia's like looking at the facility. So obviously she's had her come out there and join her. So unless Amelia's going with her, because she's a neurosurgeon, so she definitely would be able to help with Parkinson's.
Well, this guy's going to become a series regular. I wonder how they're going to play this. Are they going to move out there? Or are they going to? They can't talk this guy into moving his stuff to Seattle. I mean, he's already put money into it.
Yeah.
Well, why not? He can't just pick up and move a lab to Seattle. Like, come on.
Yeah, like that's not going to be. So I'm like, I'm wondering how is she going to be going back and forth? Or are we going to see?
She is to at least do that, like maybe trying to decide if she's actually taking the job full time. But I'm guessing she's going to be going back and forth to help him in the meantime, and maybe Amelia is too. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know. I'm interested to see. That's what I told you guys. I think I like the first episode.
Yeah.
It set up a lot of stuff, I think.
Yeah.
It might have felt boring, but I feel like it set up a lot of stuff for the first season.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
what is do we know what Nick does, by the way?
He's a transplant surgeon. So doesn't he doesn't he travel a lot? I think that's what he is. So I think he travels a lot, which is what was the holdup before. That he just wasn't, I mean, it wasn't a stable thing. Maybe, I don't know if something's changed or if it will change.
Because is he living there or is he?
I think he was, I feel like he was in town like for something.
Because he was on a date there. So maybe he's finally settled down.
Was he on a date there?
Yeah, not at the restaurant. When she was at the restaurant with Sandy.
Oh, maybe I missed that part. There were a couple of parts that I missed as I was watching.
Yeah, she saw that's why Nick came to the hotel, is because he saw Meredith at dinner. They didn't say anything to each other, but she saw him at dinner, like on a date.
Okay.
And then, because she asked him, like, how did the date go?
That's right. I remember that part now. So okay.
Yeah.
So maybe, I mean, if he's on a date, surely, I mean, maybe that's where he lives, at least during, like, when he's not traveling, maybe.
I don't know. Lots of questions we need answered. But I mean, I do feel like we did get some answers this episode.
Yeah.
Like, we were wondering a lot of answers that we had for the preview, I guess. Like, why is Megan there? Which we all kind of guessed it was because of Teddy and Owen's wedding, but you know, that haven't happened. And then her and Riggs breaking up.
That made me so mad.
I was like, why did you guys do that? Unless she's going to become a series regular and get with somebody.
I think she is going to be a series regular. And I heard, and I think it's strictly rumor, but now that we've heard that her and Riggs have broke up, I feel like it's possible. Somebody said something about her and Link, like in just like a chat somewhere.
I saw it too.
I don't want to do that though, because I'm like, no.
I saw that and I said no.
I hate that her and Riggs broke up because
who would she be
she's the
with?
reason that Meredith couldn't be with him.
Mm-hmm.
And now y'all have split up. Well, Meredith just needs to move over to Virgin River then and like scoop him back up. Don't you think?
No, because he can't leave my girl on Virgin River.
That's true. I
don't know. I'd be really hurt if Ellen Pompeo came into Virgin River. I'm like, oh no.
This would be a double whammy. Meredith has left Grace Loan, and what's her name on Virgin River?
I'm trying to think right
now. Isn't that awful that I can't remember?
Oh my gosh. I've seen all of Virgin River.
He's Jack.
Virgin River.
I know his name.
I remember her sister's name. I can't remember her name.
Why does it say Melinda? It's not her name.
Mel.
It's Mel. So her name is Melinda. So it's Mel. Yeah. Okay.
I was like,
I guess Melinda.
Why does it say Melinda?
It is Melinda, but they just call her Mel.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, we digress.
So, no. Riggs is very happy over at Virgin River with Mel, and Ellen Meredith needs to stay
in her lane
in Seattle.
I'm not excited about, I mean, I have nothing against Megan. But I'm not excited about her being a series regular. I mean, I don't really care.
I'm just trying to figure out who they would put her with.
Because you're going to have to put her with someone. Otherwise, why wouldn't you just pretend that he just didn't come with you? Like, why split them up?
Yeah. I mean, unless it's just because he will never be on the show.
Yeah.
They had to
she could travel back to him like occasionally. I mean, I feel like you could still make it work. So you've got to be opening her up for something.
Yeah, because they said he went back into the military.
Maybe it will be Link, because Amelia's going to move over with Meredith over to her new research facility.
She can't take Scout with her.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
They can pack up all the kids. They can all go.
I get more serious over Grace than any of our other shows. These are my real life people, apparently. So actually, I mean, speaking of Amelia and Link,
it's heartbreaking.
Oh,
what in the world? Okay. Okay. I'm getting so mad over this thing.
Get fired up over here.
I'm getting so mad over this whole thing. Apparently, Link wants to get married. Apparently, Amelia does not want to get married, which I feel like anybody who has watched Grey's knows this information. But why does he keep asking her?
It's like he knows that she doesn't want to get married, so why does he keep pushing? Like if it's a deal breaker, if it's a deal breaker for him that he wants to be married and that's his end goal, then that's fine. But he just needs to say, "I'm sorry, this is a deal breaker for me," and then just walk away. He can't keep pushing it on her.
No. And I'm like, why would you want to get married to somebody who really does not want to be
Like,
married?
Yeah, why would you want to be married to someone where you had to force them to be married to you? Like, who wants that for themselves?
No. And as soon as he asked her to marry him again, I just rolled my
think-
eyes. I was like, you did not just ask this little girl. As soon as she says, I love you, you just ask her to marry you. Stop it.
Yeah, and like when he said, "Will you marry me?" She said no right away, and he looked so frustrated. I was like, "Oh, you're
Surprise.
frustrated? She's the one who said she doesn't want to be married."
I know. I think he just got caught up in the lovey-dovey moment and just thought, I don't know why he thought that she would change her mind, but I think they have to split up. I mean, I think that it's clear, like, I think I said this in the chats. I mean, I feel like it's another Owen and Christina situation. They just want different things out of life. So no matter how much they love each other, I don't think you're going to be able to make it work.
I don't
Somebody's
know.
going to have to bend. And I don't think either one of them should have to bend. I
I don't
mean,
either.
you know,
I
she
mean,
doesn't want to be married.
he wants to be married. That's fine. She
Mhm.
doesn't want to be married. That's also fine.
Yeah,
But
I-
two people can't be together if one wants to be married and one doesn't want to get married.
exactly.
I do feel like they need to go to therapy, like really, because I feel like there's
You mean real therapy and not their pediatrician?
exactly
Because that was
that
great.
part
It's
cracked me up.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, this is great. They're getting therapy."
Yeah.
And then they start talking about like, bowel movements. I was like, "Oh, wait, this is a pediatrician."
Mhm.
That part did crack me up. I loved how much does he weigh? No, but just stop asking her, Link.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. The girl
Yeah.
does not want to get married. You asked her in front of 3 kids holding 4 different rings, and she said, no, I don't think it's happening.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, how long ago was that after?
Unless, we got Addison coming back and we know that their relationship. So maybe Addison will somehow, because I don't fully understand why Amelia doesn't want to get married.
I don't either.
fully get it. And so, and if she doesn't, that's okay. But if it's just because she's scared, I want her to get over that because I think they could have something really good.
Yeah. And I mean, somebody on our Grace Facebook group in that question under E's, that she said he should accept her because loving somebody doesn't need marriage. Since when have they been so conventional? He should be more understanding. Just go with the flow and the time will come. And I feel the same way. I feel like if he just gives her time,
Yeah.
maybe even they go to therapy together and I feel like she has a block.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it strives from, her first marriage and, Christopher.
Yeah.
And, I feel like she has a lot of trauma that she's never really dealt with before
Yeah.
that has put that block on her. And I don't know. I feel like if they just got some therapy maybe, and she was more open and talking,
Mhm.
then I think they could figure it out. And I think they could get married and be very happy. But
Yeah.
she doesn't, like you said, we don't even know why she doesn't want to get married.
Right.
Like she doesn't talk.
And that's the biggest problem, I think. And because for him, you need to know why, because is it something that you do think will change over time? Then maybe you wait it out. If you don't, then maybe it's time to move on, because if it's something, because I know I read other people saying on there, it's just a piece of paper. I don't know if it was our group, another one. I'm like, well, to him, maybe it's not just a piece of paper. It doesn't have, some people they want to be married, and that's okay too. But you're not going to make it work if the other person doesn't want to be married.
There has to be some kind of understanding there. Maybe not long-term feeling, but I just have this feeling that they will be separated a lot during the season.
I think so.
I think they need time apart. That's sad because they just had the baby and everything, but
Yeah.
Scout's a year old already.
Yeah.
But still, still a
still
baby. It's still a child. and you don't want the parents to be apart, but maybe they do need some time apart just to figure themselves and each other out.
Yeah.
And maybe they can reconcile later
Hopefully
on.
they get it. Yeah, hopefully they get it figured out because I love them together.
I do
But
too.
They need time apart though.
And like us, we're coming straight out of a pandemic, basically, like where people were thrown on top of each other all the time. So even the best marriages had trouble. So I can see, I guess, maybe why she is a little hesitant, but that's not necessarily what it's like in other circumstances. So I feel like maybe they do need some time just to.
See, I don't feel like the pandemic had anything really to do with her not wanting to marry him. I feel like it's something to do with.
And if it's something to do with like something from her past, I don't know if I see her getting over it.
Not without some extensive therapy.
Yeah.
Like, we all know Amelia.
Yeah.
So, like, I would say crazy. I don't want to call her crazy. She's not crazy.
No,
Just
I mean, I don't know what the
Amelia,
right
I
word
don't
is.
know. She's
Yeah.
a complicated person.
She is.
And that's one thing I love about her character is that she's very complicated.
Mhm.
And she's real. I mean, but this poor girl has been through so much.
Yeah.
If those of whoever has watched Private Practice,
Mhm.
you know, more of her story. But I don't know. I feel so bad for her. And I really hope that maybe by the end of season 18, maybe the season 18 will see their wedding.
That would be nice. Or at least her
Yeah.
saying yes. Even if they're not something.
My gosh.
Or at least them just being together.
Yeah.
We just need a wedding. We need a better wedding than Teddy and Owen, by the way.
Oh, that poor priest.
Yeah, it was that was awful. And I mean, poor Teddy, like when he died, because I was thinking the same thing, like, oh my gosh, the priest that was marrying me today just died. I mean, if you believe in signs at all, I feel like
Bad
that's a big
omen.
glaring one.
Yeah.
But I was glad they went through it. I thought it was really cute, like the way it ended up.
Been like, no, I'm traumatized. I'm not getting married today.
Right.
Maybe give me a week and then we'll try again.
I didn't know how I felt about that bar wedding. I was like, man, the priest just died.
Well, I think that I liked it though,
A
because I feel
rapid
like
turn-
in Teddy fashion, if she would have sat and dwelled on that, it may have never happened. I mean, like, I don't know. I loved when they were like, what about the kids and your mom? Oh, they're right there. Like,
right there.
we got everybody. You're good. I thought it was sweet of Owen to kind of put that together. And
I did too. Like, it was just, and when the camera was panning,
mhm.
like, I swear I thought I saw Joe behind the bar and I almost flipped out and I had to like pause and
Aw.
rewind and it wasn't him.
Oh,
And I was
Oh,
so disappointed.
boo.
see,
was like,
I'm
oh.
rewatching Grey's now. I'm on season 3.
Mhm.
And I like from this rewatch, I remembered, oh yeah, Joe used to be like a character on
Yeah.
the show. And all of a sudden I miss him now.
I know. I liked him. So why exactly was Joe's hair so ridiculous?
Let's
Like,
do
what
the wedding
happened?
first.
Oh,
Oh, because she tried to do her at the very
Oh.
beginning. She tried doing
Yeah.
her own hair. And I think by the end of the episode, she talked about how she doesn't want to leave the baby. So that's why she didn't even want to leave to get her hair done. But I was like, that's a real pandemic struggle.
That
And
was
you think
odd to
that-
me.
Yeah, I was. She opened the door. I was like, "What the heck did she do to her hair?"
Okay, did
And at first,
anybody,
I thought it was a thing at first, and then Levi mentioned it. I was like, "Oh, okay, it's she really did mess up her hair then."
did anybody else feel like I didn't like how they did that to Joe?
mm-mm.
I was expecting like to come back and Joe be like, you know, excuse my language, but be a badass
Yeah.
and like rocking this thing.
Yeah.
And then they go and she's a complete disaster, which I mean, a lot of parents are, really single parents are.
Yeah.
But I just felt, I don't know. I feel like time has gone by a little bit. We time, I don't think we really time jumped that much,
Yeah.
but we did. Well, okay. Speaking of Station 19.
Yeah.
they skipped, right? Like they
They
did a
said-
time jump.
They said 10 months. So I'm assuming that Grey's also skipped 10 months.
But I don't think so.
Oh,
Because Maggie and Winston just got home from their honeymoon, right?
how does that work?
So that's why I was so confused. I was going to ask you guys because I'm like, I don't understand
But
unless
they're
I
still crossed over, so I mean, they have to be on the same timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah,
don't know how they
so-
couldn't have jumped forward.
Didn't they say 10 months on station?
they
9?
did.
Okay.
They did. And then Grace, I mean, unless Maggie and Winston didn't take their honeymoon right after the wedding, is the only
Maybe they
thing.
couldn't because of COVID. Maybe they were too needed. Because I feel like that would be a normal thing to push that off just because they couldn't get the time away from work. Maybe.
That might be it. I mean, it seems like Meredith's kind of like
Well-
all together and everything.
And what's her Owen and Teddy's baby? What's her name? Named after
Allison?
her friend, Allison. She
Allison.
looked like quite a bit older, in my opinion, when we saw her. So maybe 10 months has passed.
Maybe. I just that threw me off because I was like, wait, how did they just get back from their honeymoon? But Station 19 said 10 months. So I thought Grace would time jump.
Yeah.
But then I was so confused. I meant to ask you that earlier, just through a
Yeah.
message. But
Maybe that's it. Maybe they couldn't go right away.
and also like
Ooh,
Richard and Bailey trying to find all these doctors to replace everybody.
True.
You know, they're like, oh, well, you know, Tom left and
Yeah.
Joe left, and like they're scrambling to like try to find these doctors. So has 10 months passed and they have had just so no doctors or anything this whole time? Or
Yeah, that is
I need
weird.
some answers. Krista, you wrote both of them. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's strange. I didn't think about it at the time, but that's definitely strange.
So if any of our listeners knows that we missed something, let us know because we're confused over here. We're supposed to be the experts, guys.
Mhm. Not on this. We don't know.
Not on this one. I'm confused. But speaking of Station 19, yeah, like I did that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Trying to,
So
I don't know.
we don't really talk Station 19 too much in the
Mm-mm.
podcast, which we're trying to get better at because I feel like all three of us like Station 19. You guys have
Mhm.
seen more episodes than I have,
Mhm.
but I'm trying to watch them all. I love Station 19. I really do. I'm just trying to get through the episodes.
Yeah.
I liked the case, not the case, the
The
call.
emergency? Yeah.
Yeah, the
call.
emergency.
Yeah.
Like I liked how they did it. Like,
Mhm.
you know, the improvising and the rush of it all and having to carry him and running to Graceland. Like I liked that.
Mhm.
And then the friend, I'm sorry, I'm smiling because I love that part where the friend takes the fire truck.
Like, why? Why?
What
did
are
she
you
do
doing?
it? I guess he maybe was on shrooms too. I don't know. Like,
Oh my gosh. I'm like, what are you doing right now?
right? Oh my goodness, that was a disaster. And that new captain just leaving it wide open for somebody to hop in there, like, made me so mad.
I low-key loved it. I love that he does
That he
something.
screwed up?
messed
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it's very vindictive against of me.
that's okay.
Apparently I'm done
It's a-
talking today.
It's okay. I really wanted to hate the new captain. I was like, can he please do something that makes it okay for me to hate him? And then that happened. I said, okay, cool.
I was already mad at him for when he was talking about Maya. Come take a picture with the pretty firefighter. It's like, excuse me? Like,
No, I don't like him at all.
I don't know. That was such a disgusting, like, way to describe her. Like, she's your coworker. We're not going to talk about how pretty she is.
Yeah, that was disgusting of him. And I hope he's
Yeah.
out of here really soon.
I hope something bad happens to him. I don't wish death on him. I just wish, something professionally bad.
Yeah, there you go.
Gets in trouble for something.
Away.
Like
Yeah.
for leaving the fire truck open and
Mhm.
somebody stealing it. And
I wanted to get
crashing
in big trouble.
And catching on fire.
away.
Yeah.
it.
I
And
just
let's
wanted
talk.
to go away.
Huh? Go ahead,
I
Eve.
just wanted to go away forever. Just
Oh,
get this big
me
trouble,
too.
and then he's gone away.
Me too. I don't like that guy at all. And
And I don't like Robert right now either.
I was getting ready to ask how you all feel about Robert. I've honestly never really liked Robert. I have gone into moments where I liked him a little bit, but as overall as a character, I don't really care for him. I mean, what Ben said to him in this episode is exactly how I feel about him. That he's just, I mean, because I think Ben even told him, like, it's not that you're like a bad guy. I mean, you're good at all these things, but you've got a ruthless streak that's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Does.
I don't care for him.
Like I said, you two know Station 19 more than me, so y'all can talk more about Station 19.
Well, I
Right.
don't know exactly what happened because here's my problem. At the end of last season, I didn't watch all the way to the end, and I was in the process of catching up when the new episode came on. So I just skipped on to the new one. So I missed the last 2 episodes of last season. I gotta watch them again.
Well, he went to the fire chief, and he was talking about how, Bishop isn't, doing what she needs to bring the station together. I can do a better job. And then he said, oh, okay. So then he demoted Bishop and replaced her with someone else.
So, but I thought,
so now he's spending this whole episode saying, I thought I was doing the right thing. It's like, how could you think you were doing the right thing?
well, he flat out told Ben I wasn't trying to get her job. And if that's what he was doing, then you absolutely were.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand, because maybe I need to rewatch the finale, because maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but from what I remember, that's exactly what happened. He was gunning for her job.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Which,
so.
yeah, it doesn't surprise me, but I'm confused because he's saying I wasn't going after her job. I'm like, yes, you were.
Yeah.
Like, that's the textbook definition of going after someone's job. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. Unless, well, I don't know. And then you got your wife basically transferred because she went in there trying to defend, Maya.
And then she said, I love you, but I don't respect you. It's like, oh, that's a gut punch right there.
See, Ryan is
Yeah.
Eve's DeLuca, basically.
You had a hard time.
So,
No, I did not have a hard time. I am having a hard time.
that's what I'm saying. It's just like how I still grieve for DeLuca. Yeah.
I'm still very sad about it.
It was really tragic. I mean, I have to admit, and I even knew it was coming, but it was still pretty awful. So I don't know. But I don't know. Robert and I don't part of me hopes that they do work it out, because there are moments when I think they're a good couple, but then there are other moments when he just drives me crazy.
They don't seem to work as a I don't know. I mean, I like their dynamic, I guess, but not as a married couple.
Yeah,
it's just a little off to me.
I agree with that.
I don't like them together, and I haven't watched all of it, but
yeah.
Well, apparently they're not going to be together very much longer.
Nope.
So I guess that's okay.
Speaking of couples,
Speaking of relationships, yeah, Dean and Vic.
Are y'all? I like the new guy. I mean, I really do. And I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that Dean is in love with her, I would be all about that new relationship, because I think he's a really great guy. But
yeah,
Dean, oh my gosh, he just loves her so much, and I'm like dying for this moment.
Did you see Jack's face though when he was about to spill the beans? He was like,
my favorite part of the episode. And then he like yells like, "Ugh," when he didn't. And they're like, "What's wrong with you?" And he just walks out. I mean, that was probably my favorite part of the whole episode.
I thought he was really going to tell her there.
I did too, which I thought was awkward too, because I'm like, okay, you're standing in a towel, Jack's in the room. Like, I feel like this is a really awkward, like,
what was the leading
leading
line? He kept saying, I need to tell you.
Yeah.
And he just kept saying that over and over and over again. I was like, come on, spit it out, friend. You can do it.
Yeah. But she's already told the other guy she loves him.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, over the gurney.
Yeah.
And I think Dean kind of got put off by that, because he was there. He heard her.
He did.
So I think he's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't say anything. Which, I mean, I guess we're going to see how it carries out. They can't keep pulling. I mean, it's such a slow burn.
Yeah. I think they'll carry it out for the rest of this season, and then our season finale will be him finally telling her.
Maybe.
That's what I think. Because I don't think you'll do it in the mid-season, because I feel like that's just sort of a, or maybe maybe we'll pull a Jackson in April. Maybe she'll get ready to marry this other guy, and he has to wait till then, their wedding day, to confess her love. That's always dramatic and fun.
Yes, we love that.
Mhm.
It
But-
kind of sort of worked for Jackson and April.
It did. They're happily back together. You can't tell
In
me
our
otherwise.
brains, they are
They are.
perfectly happily back together. We don't have any proof that says otherwise. So
No,
that's
I
how
don't believe it until you prove
Sarah
it.
Drew says she thinks that they're back together too.
Exactly.
we'll see. Sarah Drew said it, so it's true.
Yeah, she
Gotta
said
be
she
true.
thinks they're back together. She likes to believe that they're back together in Boston too. So
Me too, Sarah.
let's go with that. No, so anything else in Station 19 that we really need to dig into? I don't feel like it was that there was too much
No.
either.
I mean, it really wasn't.
That engine fire. Oh god.
Oh, that was sad.
That was sad. And then the captain, he just didn't even care. He's like, yeah, we lost our engine today. I was
It's more
like, it
than that.
wasn't
And the fact that
just
he
an
didn't know
engine.
that
Yeah.
just shows how horrible he is. I mean, no. Sad.
It was. I don't watching it burn just and seeing,
Mhm.
Herrera just so moved and so upset.
Yeah,
I didn't know what was going to happen there. I didn't know if they were going to jump off that truck in time. I got nervous.
I know.
I was like,
They always do that to us. Like, oh my
I know. I should know.
They
it's
do that on Station 19 all the time. It's always goes back to slow motion and they're running and the fire's coming up behind them. And then they get
God.
out of there at the last second.
Yep.
Because that's what happens in real life.
That's what happens in all these fire shows. So I just happen to think that's what happens in real
Eh.
life.
Chicago Fire kind of ruined me.
I've been watching 911 all day. So like I'm like in the zone.
911 is amazing.
It's really good. Like I'm waiting, like I'm like, all right, girls, let's hurry this along because I really need to watch some more. No, it's good.
So, we've kind of already covered everything except one that I am going to get very passionate about. The new chief of plastics.
I didn't like her.
I don't like her.
I mean, I liked her at first. And
I
then
did.
she said, I'm gonna, I heavily rely on my residents and they're not where they're supposed to be.
And
Which
I
she
like
was
that.
directly talking about Levi, which I got super protective.
And I was like,
That's what I got mad about.
don't talk bad about my Levi.
I was honestly pissed watching it. I
Yeah.
was pissed. I was like,
I'm like, Levi is amazing. You should think about when he did that surgery all by himself in that little chamber thing. I mean, that was pretty rock star.
so I'm going to kind of tell you guys how my brain worked.
Yeah.
Like within 30 seconds that she started saying this, I was like, oh, she is talking about Levi. That's rude because Meredith, whom I also love,
Mhm.
trained him.
Yep.
And you're also talking bad about Richard and Bailey because they're the ones, I mean, that's chief of surgery and Richard's the one who trains the residents. So I'm like, not only are you talking about Levi, you're talking about Meredith, you're talking about Richard. And these are people that I have been with for 18 seasons. And
Yeah.
it really pissed me off. I was like, I don't like you. We can find a new plastics.
Yeah, you just offended all of my people. You just offended 4 people in the same statement. You can leave.
Yeah. Well, especially you're coming in as a plastic surgeon. Okay. Following Mark and Jackson. You've got some big shoes to fill and you're not filling them right now. I don't like it.
And I feel like she thinks that she would fill them 10 times more. Is I feel like where her headspace is at. And I'm like, she needs to be knocked down a peg or two.
You know what's funny though?
What?
I'm going to just point this out. If this was Mark Sloan, because he also was a similar arrogant kind of jerk, we all were like, oh, I love him, or at least I was. But here now that it's a woman, I'm like, I don't like that at all.
But
And it's
Mark
like that she's a woman.
never like dissed.
No, it's more about the Levi.
I was fine with her, honestly. I was kind of like with Eve. I kind of liked her
Yeah.
at the very beginning because I was like, okay, she's strong. She's like arrogant, and I can deal with that because
Yeah.
it kind of did remind me of Mark,
Yeah.
like the arrogance of it. And I was like, okay. But as soon as she was in that surgery and talking to Levi, how she was talking to him
She's so
and like
mean.
acting that way, I was like,
Yeah.
your arrogance has gotten too much. There's like that to me. There's a fine line of
Yeah.
good arrogance and just over overly arrogant.
No, I agree with that.
You have not proved anything to
Right.
us.
And I feel at this point too, she's taking advantage of Richard, who's just so desperate to hire somebody. She's
Bound to be
and
someone
she's
else.
just thinking he's going to give me what I want because they're desperate for a head of plastics or an
Yeah.
only plastics because I haven't seen
Right.
anyone else.
I don't think there are any other
Around that
places open.
department.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because I mean this lady didn't go in there just completely blind. She knows about the history of the hospital. I mean, she said it in the interview. She's researched. She knows about them.
Yeah.
So I mean, she has that, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to see how they play her out. I don't really want her to become a villain. I kind of want her to. I don't know. I kind of like to have a
Yeah.
new plastics person. Like I would like to have some new doctors into Grays. We lost a lot last year. And so I would like new doctors and fresh faces, even if this is the last season. But
No,
I would like them to be nice.
I hope we eventually like her. Maybe we'll grow to like her. But at this point,
She
no.
can go fall off a cliff at this point.
She can have bad things happen to her along with that fire chief.
Not the
Exactly.
actress, just the character.
Yes, I'm sure the actress is lovely.
I'm not evil. I'm
You're
just
not
mad. I'm mad if she talked bad about Levi. Which, by the way, he put out a new TikTok and it was hilarious. I need to send it to you guys.
A new one. I was gonna say I sent one the other day, but I love him. He's one of my
I do
favorites.
too. And he needs to come on our podcast.
I've already tried to message him. I tried.
Ugh. Did you
Just
try
so
to
I can
on
just so I
TikTok?
can stare at him on Zoom.
I don't know if I did that.
Message him on TikTok? He's very active on TikTok.
I'll try that. plan. I would love
I
him.
want him. I love him and I love Perez.
Mhm.
I want to see more. We already kind of see a lot of Levi,
Yeah.
but I would
Perez,
like
we
to
never
lot
see
more
a whole.
Perez.
We never see a lot of him.
We don't, and I would love to see more because every time we do see him, he has me cracking up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
I would like to see more. I said that last season too, but again, I'm putting it out there in the world. I want to see more Perez.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Come on, Krista, get on it.
I don't feel like I'm asking for that much.
No.
Just a happy, nice story. Don't kill anybody off. Get rid of the. Well, you can kill this new chief of plastics off. That's fine.
Man.
But
And the chief and the fire chief. We can take him too, right?
he can go with it. They can be in a car together.
There you go.
A fiery car crash that no one miraculously escapes from.
Exactly.
And the new plastic surgeon needs plastic surgery.
There's right. That would be really ironic
Karma.
and traumatic.
And Levi saves her life. I
There
can
you
keep
go.
going.
Too funny.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
So, all right. Well, I think that's it, guys. I think we pretty much covered all the big.
Do we want to do we want to talk about what we hope to see for, just different characters this season?
Yeah. Eve, do you want to go
I
first?
don't know.
Oh wow, thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm hoping that good things happen for Link and Amelia. Like, I want them to be together in whatever capacity they can agree on. I'd like to think that right now, like their separation as of right now is not permanent.
Hope not.
And I want good things to happen for Vic and Dean. I want them to be together too.
You just want to happily ever after, don't you?
I do. I
Yes.
don't want the other guy. I don't want bad things to happen to that other guy because I do like him. I just want him to just back away.
Let him and Andy get together. They had fun chemistry. She needs a
Yeah,
better
yeah.
man
He
anyway.
can go off and be with Andy. That'll be fine.
That works better.
He just needs to leave Vic alone and let her be with Dean.
Agreed. And I will add to that because I want those things as well. But I also want Jack to find someone. I
Me
feel like
too.
the poor man just really, and honestly, I've been shipping this for a long time. I need another crossover relationship. I want Jack and Joe to get together.
Yes.
I think that would definitely work.
Yes.
They
I
come
would
from
love.
similar backgrounds. He's
Mhm.
great with kids, so I think he would be wonderful with Luna.
I think he would
I just
accept her.
really think it would be great. They both
Yeah.
have their intimacy issues that they could work on together.
I mean, and it could happen because now Joe is working pretty much with Karina, and then
Yep.
I mean, we can cross over and we can make it work.
happen. Yeah, I agree.
So
with
Krista, since you love to listen to our podcast all the
Mhm.
time, you can take some of our suggestions to heart. That'd be
that. Sure.
awesome. Thank you.
We are experts when it comes to writing for TV shows like Grey's Anatomy. So
Yeah, I mean, we're good at this. So talking about like Meredith, are you all wanting her to get with Nick? Or do we still hope that there's some hope with McWidow?
Oh, you know what? We didn't talk about that.
What was the deal? Because I missed this part too, but I saw people chatting about it. The reason they didn't have anything.
She told Nick, like, I was with this other doctor. She didn't call him by name, but she's like, I was
Mhm.
with this other doctor, and his son wasn't very comfortable with our relationship, so we ended up having to end it. And then she was like talking all friendly on the phone to Hayes.
Yeah.
Before that, they were FaceTiming each other and like kind of talking to each other. And so I was like, oh, maybe they're together. And then she said that, and I was like, oh,
Strange.
I mean, he said that his son's having a really hard time right now, which
Yeah.
I mean, it's really sad. And I mean, good for him as being a dad to.
Yeah.
I was kind of upset about that, but I think a lot of fans said they didn't want Meredith and Hayes to be together.
I never did. I just didn't feel it. I
So
like him, but I didn't feel the chemistry between the two of them. Now with her and Nick, I do.
I agree.
So
Agree. And I think that I feel like they did put Hayes in there to be with Meredith,
yeah.
but I feel like, I mean, fans really do make a difference in TV shows.
Oh, absolutely.
Really, if like a whole bunch of people are putting their voices out about something, they do listen sometimes.
Mhm.
And I feel like they kind of changed that on the whim.
Probably.
And
Now I like Hayes though. I really
Me too.
hope that we can find him someone else to be with. Because I think he's a good guy and I enjoy his character. I want to see more of him.
mhm.
But yeah, I never really wanted him and Meredith. I saw only friendship when I saw them together. I don't know.
I see friendship as well.
yeah, I didn't see any kind of romantic chemistry between them at all.
No.
No,
And he was a present from Christina and everything. So
I know, which it's
Like-
kind of disappointing they didn't.
it's like,
Yeah.
Christina, what were you thinking? Like this, I mean, he's a nice guy, but they don't have any, what?
Amanda's got a light bulb above her head right now. Tell
I know,
us.
I'm really
They
fascinated.
had to have time jumped. Meredith had this entire relationship with Hayes that we don't know about. So that right, okay, there, I answered the question. We did time jump, maybe. And Maggie and Winston probably didn't do their honeymoon because of COVID.
Yeah.
Now COVID's
That's
over,
true.
so they got to do their honeymoon.
There we go. Amanda
She had
solved
all
it.
of her injuries from, and he, which was cracking me up.
Oh, I
What'd you do to
know, I
your
loved it.
shoulder? Mm. Which I wonder, are we going to work in her real life pregnancy?
I don't think so. I think she's too far along in real life.
Do you think so?
I think so. I thought if they did anything that they would have had her the first episode
Yeah.
be pregnant. I feel like that's the only way that could have worked. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, unless they end up doing a time jump again, which I don't feel like they're going to do.
Probably not. That's true.
Because I feel like she's pretty kind of far along. Her face, you can tell her face is swollen.
Yeah.
Like since I knew she was pregnant in real life, I could tell she was pregnant in the show.
Yeah.
But I feel like they did a really good job hiding it.
So do we know why Addison's coming back for sure, or is it just speculation?
We don't know for sure.
What do you all think? Since
I
we
don't
know it's not
know.
Amelia spiraling out anymore, which I know was our fears at first.
Well, and I don't feel like I was going to call her Kate. I don't feel like that Addison would come back for just Amelia. I really don't,
Yeah.
because I feel like Amelia's gone through a lot of stuff and Addison's never come back for her before.
Yeah.
And that's her ex-husband's sister, who I don't feel like they were even really that close.
Yeah.
And so I feel like there's going to be some kind of case, or
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe something happens with Luna
Yeah.
or something like that. I feel like it's going to be kind of those lines to where she comes back to help, and maybe she has to stay for a little bit.
Yeah.
but I don't think she's a series regular. I think she's
Yeah, I don't
supposed to
think
be in there
so.
for a few episodes. So, I mean, hopefully it's not Luna, but they could play it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, if
I definitely
anybody
think
could
it's
work
gonna
on
have-
Luna, I'd want
Yeah.
it to be Addison. So,
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. But what do you guys think? Are y'all on the same plan?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna have something to do with, because I mean, at first I thought it was gonna be her coming back to help like train Joe for some reason, but if it's already been 10 months, of course Joe's been off though, right? With the baby?
Yeah, she mentioned she's been off because I think at the end of the it was her first day back at work, she said at the beginning, but then she sat in the parking lot
All
in
day.
her car all day. I was like, how boring is that? Like just sitting in your car at the parking lot all day?
What is she? Why was that poor baby in that car all day? What is she doing?
What do you do in your car all day? Like I would have just been like, nope, can't do this, and then turned around and went home, not sit in my car in the parking lot at the hospital all
I
day.
know. Like the baby could have had to have cried half the day, and she had to feed him. And I'm like, man, that'd be easier just going home and dealing with the baby rather than dealing with the baby in the car. I don't feel like, I'm sure she doesn't live that far away from the hospital. I don't think any of them do. But that was a little bit weird to me. I didn't really like I said, I was very, very disappointed in Joe's
Yeah.
episode 1 appearance. Just because I feel like she's kind of, I hate to say this out loud. I feel like Joe's a strong enough character to where she could kind of replace Meredith
Hmm.
and they could keep the show going,
Absolutely.
but not if they're going to be doing her like this.
No. I mean, they made her, it was almost like a joke in this episode. And it,
Yeah.
as far as she's come, I mean, I don't know.
That
it
irritated
felt
me.
weird. Yeah, I agree.
I didn't like it. I was like, yeah, that's why I told you earlier. I expected her to like come back like strong.
Yeah. Which
Awesome,
maybe we're gonna
independent
see
woman.
this next episode. She's gonna snap out of it and everything's gonna be where we want it to be.
So I just want to see Joe Wilson kick some butt. Okay. That's
Yeah.
all I'm asking for.
I agree.
Joe Wilson kicks butt. Everyone else gets to be with who they're supposed to be with, and you
Mhm.
don't kill off anyone we love. It's not that
Well,
hard.
It's not much
Yeah.
to ask for, you know?
Yeah, I don't think
Really not
we're
asking for that much.
yeah, I don't think we're asking too much.
Agreed. All right, guys. I think we've covered it all. If we missed anything, let us know. Make sure you're subscribing to our podcast. You don't want to miss upcoming episodes. We've got some exciting interviews coming up, some great things. So definitely make sure to tune back in. If you have any feedback for us, you can always email us at familyfanclub2021@gmail.com. Make sure to check out our Facebook group, Grey's Anatomy Grey Family Fan Club. And then you can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. It's all FB Family Fan Clubs or Family Fan Clubs, something like that. So, night, guys.
Night.
Bye.